Grup di ini dulu ya berarti. Sementara di
Dan kita role gitu, narasumber wadah.
Masuk logika, padamu ku percaya, tak masuk logika, tak masuk logika, padamu ku percaya. Tak masuk logika, tak masuk logika, padamu ku percaya, padamu ku percaya. Tak masuk logika, tak masuk logika, padamu ku percaya. Tak masuk logika. Besok coba kau izin pulang cepat. Bilang saja siapa sedang sakit. Lusa coba izin terlambat. Bilang saja kau celaka sedikit. Habiskan cutimu sebelum resign. I know you're scared but it's totally fine. Karena kau bukan mesin assembly line. Lihat promo liburan babe, that's a sign. Oh, karena kalimat itu ada di ujung mulutmu. Oh, karena kau tahu tak mau lakukan itu seumur hidupmu. Lakukan
Hai Rahma. Woi Rahma. Mantul nggak sih? Hai. Mantul, mantul nggak? Nggak kan?
Halo, berarti
Besok coba kau berbohong sedikit, lalu kau melupa saat diungkit. Bisa juga kau jujur saja, separahnya kau akan makin lega. Oh, karena aku tahu kalimat itu ada di ujung mulutmu. Oh, karena kau tahu utamakanlah dirimu di sisa hidupmu. Lakukan apa yang kau mau sekarang, saat hatimu bergerak. Jangan tawaran, hidup ini tak ada
Sometimes it feels like it's a dream. Everything is not as it seems. If only I could find a pair of glasses to help me see the ones who truly be. They live and we sleep. Pray my days will never hit one. Take me far away from the sun. If only I could find my way through space-time, back to when I was happy being me. They live and we. I can hear the bells ringing, reminding us why we're still here singing. It's Father Time. We're stuck in the matrix, living a lie. I'm not afraid to die. Take me back to 2014, saw a pic this morning, far along the journey. The future was alluring. On the other side of TVs, hoping that they see me, but they hardly see me. At least that's how I see things. Isn't it funny how the time flies? Like a G5 jet in the turbulence, but we gon' make it home tonight. Alright, 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 alright. My misery is boring, finally feel confident. Yes, it's an accomplishment. Many more comments to get. I can hear the bells ringing, reminding us why we're still here singing. It's Father Time. We're stuck in the matrix, living a lie. I'm not afraid to die.
Ya.
Ecstasy is just a pill away. Pop it up or you can screw today. I'm just trying to hear you say my name. Let her play a role and be a Jane. You could be my toss and toss me up. Other hoes is lacking, call me up. I'm a baby packing while I'm stuck. That's why he my man. Young and he fine and he tall and he handsome. Talking so fine, I might hold him for ransom. Put it in drive, I'm not shy, I'm a legend. Cause all night, we'll murder me fast.
When you do your best, I done told you. When you do your best, hell, that's all you can do. You, me, and anybody else. So they always that talking.
Running away from where I'm from. Never can stay with no one. Loving you almost feels like something when no one's around me. He lost and found me. I was surrounded with open, 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 open arms. Open arms, you get me open. I'm so devoted. You keep me open. Open arms, I'm so devoted to you, to you, to you. It's like being hopeless. Choking on insecurity. I know this is bad, but please put a leash on me anyway. Who needs self-esteem anyway? I hate myself to make you stay. Push me away, I'll be right here. With open, 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 open arms. Open arms, you get me open. I'm so devoted. You keep me open. Open arms, I'm so devoted to you, to you, to
No
you.
matter what come between us, yeah, I decided I'm forever riding, you forever guiding. Pull up on the hop, hit his curb up, sliding. Notice when you mad, ain't no words, just silence. Drew my favorite color, now you seeing every shade of me. You say that I'm tripping, I hit back like where you taking me. Locked in for life, on God, no replacing me. Consequences, repercussions, karma keep on changing me. For you, I try. Face card, valid ID. C'est la vie, go to Perry. It ain't 5-star, it ain't me. Over solid, keep it concrete. I'ma bet it on your whole feet. Just don't switch sides. I can 5-piece your wrist AP. Through the ups and downs and all the heat. Take a turn and tell you where to be. Back shots make you feel relief. Anything, just don't
I
care.
guess I gotta go. I guess
udah juga yang kata tadi lupa.
What you doing? What you doing? Where you at? Where you at? Oh, you got plans. You got plans. Don't say that. Shut your trap. I'm sipping wine. Sip, sip. In a robe. Trip, trip. I look too good. Look too good to be alone. My house clean. My pool warm. Just shake. Smooth like a newborn. We should be dancing, romancing in the east wing and the west wing of this mansion. What's happening? I ain't playing no games. Every word that I say is coming straight from the heart. So if you're trying to lay in these arms, I'ma leave the door open. I'ma leave the door open. I'ma leave the door open, girl. That you feel the way I feel and like too young, too dumb to realize that I should have bought you flowers.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the International Taxation Seminar 2025. Theme, Optimizing Custom Systems to Boost Revenue and Facilitate Trade, a Road to Financing the SDGs in Developing Nations. On behalf of the organizing committee, I would like to express our sincere appreciation for your presence today. It is a great honor for me to serve as the Master of Ceremony of this evening event. Let me begin by greeting our distinguished guests. First, the Honorable Dr. Muhammad Said, the SOS MAP, Vice Dean for Students, Alumni, and Entrepreneurial Affairs, Faculty of Administrative Science, Brawijaya University. Second, the Honorable Professor Dr. Andes Kadarisman Hidayat, MSc, Head of the Taxation Study Program, Faculty of Administrative Science, Brawijaya University. Third, the Honorable Muhammad Fadilur Hakim, Chairman of the Tax Student Association 2025. Fourth, the Honorable Rania Denika Izani, Chief Executive of the International Taxation Seminar 2025. Fifth, our esteemed opening speaker, keynote speaker, and resource person, Kalista Virginia Carlan, as opening speaker, Mr. Ozi Dipa Ersha, PhD, as first keynote speaker, Mrs. Ulil Esma Khairinisa, SAMACA Asian CP, as second keynote speaker, Mr. Insinyur Agus Sudarmadi, MSc, as first resource person, Mr. Professor Jose Marcio Carvalho, PhD, as second resource person, and we, the committee, would like to thank IDSP Tax Law Firm for its contribution as a sponsor of our event. IDSP Tax Law Firm, with its motto, where complexity meets clarity, has made a significant contribution to ensuring the smooth running of this event. And of course, a warm welcome to all of our honorable guests and participants joining us today. We are grateful to Almighty God for granting us the opportunity to gather here, albeit virtually, to gain valuable insights from outstanding speakers in the field of taxation. May we all remain in good health throughout this event. To begin, let me briefly introduce today's seminar. The International Taxation Seminar serves as the final installment of the Tax Series, a set of academic programs designed to bring together experts and practitioners to discuss pressing taxation issues within society. This seminar is organized by Hima Pajak, the Taxation Student Association, under the Faculty of Administrative Science, Brawijaya University. Established on May 26, 2012, Hima Pajak is the first study program-based association within the faculty. It is a platform dedicated to fostering academic excellence and developing student soft skills, rooted in democratic principles and driven by student for student. Before we begin, allow me to introduce myself. I am Ramadhani Nurmidra Wijanarka, and I will serve as your Master of Ceremony throughout this seminar. Now, I will read the rundown for today's International Taxation Seminar. First, opening, prayer, and reading of the seminar rules. Second, national anthem, listen to March University of Brawijaya, and opening video. Third, welcoming remarks from Chief Executive of the seminar, Chairman of Hima Pajak, Head of the Taxation Study Program, and Vice Dean for Students, Alumni, and entrepreneurial affairs. Fourth, presentations by the opening speaker. Fifth, presentation by the first keynote speaker, Q&A session to follow. Sixth, presentation by the second keynote speaker, Q&A session to follow. 7, ice-breaking session. 8, presentation by the second resource person, Q&A session to follow. 9, presentation by the first resource person, Q&A session to follow. 10, summary of the seminar. 11, announcement of the call per paper winner. 12, the prize announcement. And the last one is closing of the seminar. Before we officially begin, let us open the seminar with a prayer. The prayer will be led by Muhammad Arifin. So Arifin, the screen is yours.
Good morning, everyone. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Arifin, and I have been given the honor to lead the opening prayer at today's International Taxation Seminar 2025. From now on, I will lead the prayers. We gather here today with open hearts and minds, ready to embark on a journey of learning and growth. We thank you for bringing us together and for the opportunity to share our knowledge and ideas. New concepts and engage in meaningful discussions. Help us to approach each sessions with curiosity and respect, valuing the perspective and expertise of all our listeners. We are grateful for this opportunity to learn and grow together. May your presence be with us throughout this event, and may we live here with renewed purpose and inspirations. In your name, we pray. From now on, I will hand back the floor to the Master of Ceremony.
Thank you, Arifin, for leading us in prayer. Next, allow me to briefly explain the rules and regulations for this seminar. For the organizing committee, please share the screen. The rules of the International Taxation Seminar 2025. First, the International Taxation Seminar 2025 will be conducted via Zoom call meetings. Therefore, all the participants must ensure that the Zoom application is installed and functional on their device, computer, laptop, or smartphone. Second, participants will receive the meeting's ID and password 1 day before or on the day of the event through the official WhatsApp community group. Third, participants are expected to join the Zoom meetings at least 30 minutes before the seminar begins, specifically at 7:30 a.m. Fourth, participants must use the assigned username provided by the committee as their Zoom display name. Fifth, participants are expected to keep their camera on during the entire seminar. This requirement for e-certificate eligibility. Sixth, participants must fill out the attendance form provided by the committee to be eligible for the e-certificate. Eighth, participants are not allowed to unmute their microphones unless granted permissions by the moderator. 9. Participants must use the official virtual background provided by the committee during the seminar. 10. Participants who wish to ask questions may do so by accessing the link shared by the committee in the Zoom chat or by scanning the QR code displayed on the screen. 11. Participants must use polite and respectful language when asking questions or providing feedback. 12. Participants participants are strictly prohibited from making comments that are provocative or related to racist and discrimination issues. 13. Participants are not allowed to share the meeting's ID and password with individuals who are not registered participants of the International Taxation Seminar 2025. 14. The committee may lock the meeting 30 minutes after it starts. Latecomers will not be permitted to enter the Zoom meetings after it is locked. 15. Participants must attend the seminar from start to finish to be eligible for the e-certificate. 16. E-certificate will be distributed within 20 days after the seminar concludes. 17. The name and title on the e-certificate will be based on the information submitted by participants in the registration form. 18. These rules are binding and must be adhered to by all participants of the International Taxation Seminar 2025. Those are the rules. Let's take a moment to listen to our national anthem, Indonesia Raya. To all participants, please listen solemnly. And then, we invite you all to listen to Brawijaya University March. This march is not just a song, it is a symbol of our spirit and dedication and unwavering commitment to excellence. Please listen solemnly.
Jaya Bharata
Thank you for taking the time to listen to the Indonesian national anthem and the Wijaya University March. We will now continue with the opening video for the International Taxation Seminar 2025. To the committee, please play the video. To all participants, please enjoy.
India, France, and Austria joined a growing list of countries today that have suspended postal shipments to the United States over its import tariffs. Over the weekend, several other nations, including Germany, Denmark, Sweden, and Italy, all stopped shipping nearly all of its merchandise to the United States.
What a great video. Feel free to use this virtual reaction feature to show your appreciation. Now, let us hear the welcoming remarks from the Chief Executive of the International Taxation Seminar 2025. Rania Danika Izani. To Rania, the screen is yours.
Good morning and warm greetings to all distinguished guests, speakers, participants, and organizing committee members. On behalf of the organizing committee, it is my great honor and pleasure to welcome you all to the International Taxation Seminar. This seminar is a significant initiative aimed at enhancing our understanding and knowledge in the complex and dynamic field of international taxation. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to all speakers and participants for their enthusiasm and commitment to making this event successful. I hope that this seminar will inspire new perspective, foster collaboration, and contribute to advancing research and practice in international taxation. Thank you very much for your participation and support.
Thank you, Thank you, Rania Danika Izani, for your opening remarks. Now, we invite Muhammad Fadilur Hakim, Chairman of Hima Pajak 2025, to deliver his welcoming speech. To Fadil, the screen is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Peace be upon us all. Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, greeting of faith too. First of all, let us give our praises and gratitude to good Almighty, for it is by His grace and blessing that we are able to gather here today at the International Taxation Seminar 2025. With great enthusiasm and high hope, on behalf of the Taxation Student Association, I would like to express my deepest gratitude to all parties who have worked to realization of this event. With that, I truly hope that the National Taxation Seminar 2025 will bring meaningful benefits and inspiration to all of us. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank MFE, Head of
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you open of all. Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, greeting officer. Let's offer first of all our praises and gratitude to God Almighty. For it is by His blessing that we are able to gather here today in good health and high spirit. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Professor Kadarisman Hidayat, for the welcoming remarks. Finally, we invite Dr. Muhammad Said Estos, MAP, Vice Dean for Students, Alumni, and Entrepreneurial Affairs, who is represented today by Ms. Dr. Rahma Putri Kasimbera, Special Staff to the Vice Dean. So, Ms. Rahma, the screen is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Peace be upon us all. Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, greetings of your. First of all, let us offer our gratitude to good and minds. For by His grace, we can gather here today for the International Taxation Seminar 2025. On behalf of the Faculty of Administrative Science, I would like to convey my highest appreciation to the organizers, distinguished speakers, and participants for making this event possible. I hope this seminar will broaden our knowledge, strengthen collaboration, and inspire students to prepare themselves for global challenge in the field of taxation. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Mrs. Rahma, for your remarks. Today's seminar on the theme of optimizing custom systems to boost revenue and facilitate trade, a road to financing the SDGs in developing nations, valuable insight. So, I urge that the end of this seminar, we will gain deeper insight into how optimizing custom systems through improved procedures, policies, and technological innovation can increase state revenue and facilitate international trade as strategic effort to finance sustainable development goals, especially in developing countries. Ladies and gentlemen, for the next, let us welcome the moderator who will guide us through the presentations and discussion sessions. To the committee, please share the moderator CV. She is Gracia Melvina Saragi, currently an international undergraduate taxation student at Brawijaya University. Gracia Melvina Saragi has experience as a Master of Ceremonies at the string event at Brawijaya University. Gracia Melvina Saragi has been actively involved in various organizational roles. She has served as staff in the Community Service Bureau at Hima Pajak via UB, Tax Volunteers for the Nation at Tax Center via UB, Directorate General of Community Empowerment Ministry of Social Affairs at Student Executive Board of via UB, Media Communication Coordinator at via UB, Christian Student Fellowship. Without further ado, let's greet our moderator. Hi, good morning, Gracia. How are you?
Good morning, Rahma. I'm good. How about you?
I'm good too, thank you. So, Gracia, are you ready to be our moderator for today's event?
I'm ready and excited.
Okay, thank you, Gracia. So, Gracia, without further ado, let's begin the seminar.
Thank you, Rahma, for the introduction. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. At the beginning, I would like to greet the Honorable Dr. Muhammad Said Essos, MAP, as the Vice Dean for Student, Alumni, and Entrepreneurial Affairs, Faculty of Administrative Science, Brawijaya University. The Honorable Mr. Professor Dr. Andes Kadarisman Hidayat, MSc, as Head of the Taxation Study Program, Faculty of Administrative Science, Brawijaya University. The Honorable Muhammad Fadil Nur Hakim, as Chairman of the Tax Student Association, Hima Pajak 2025, and the Honorable Rania Danika Izani, as our Chief Executive of the International Taxation Seminar 2025. And moreover, my honor to the keynote speaker, resource person, and opening speaker who are willing to contribute in today's occasion. To the Honorable Mr. Ozi Diva Ersha, PhD, as our first keynote speaker, Mrs. Ulil Elma Khairunisa, SAMA CA ASEAN CP, as our second keynote speaker, Mr. Insinyur Agus Sudarmadi, MSc, as our first resource person, Professor Jose Marcio Carvalho, PhD, as our second resource person, and Calista Virginia Carlan as our opening speaker. And lastly, welcome to all participants in the International Taxation Seminar 2025, and thank you participants who are present on this occasion. Hopefully, we are all in a good health, always excited, and gain the benefit of attending the event. I am Gracia Melvina Saragi, the moderator of today's seminar, and this time, I will guide the delivery of material and discussion sessions with every amazing keynote speaker and extraordinary resource person with the theme, Optimizing Custom System to Boost Revenue and Facilitate Trade, a route to financing the SDGs in developing nations. For starters, to open today's material session, there will be an opening speaker from the undergraduate taxation student. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Calista Virginia Carlan. Great, Calista is already present with all of us. Hello, Calista, good morning.
Good morning, yeah.
Okay, how are you today? And are you excited to be our opening speakers on today's occasion?
Of course, I'm so excited to be opening speaker on today.
Okay, I feel the same too, and it is such an amazing opportunity since you have been interested to be our opening speaker at this international seminar, right?
It is such an amazing opportunity.
Yeah, we are glad to have you here. And before we get to Calista presentation, let me read Calista CV, and to the operator in charge, please display Calista CV. Calista Virginia Carlan is currently an undergraduate taxation student at Brawijaya University and also Secretary Tax Olim at Hima Pajak. Then, for her professional experience, includes an internship as a transfer pricing intern at DDTC and tax corporate intern at the DBO Indonesia. In addition to her other experience, Calista Virginia has won several awards, such as the first place call for paper at Brawijaya University, second place video competition at Unisma, top 5 tax planning competition at Brawijaya University, top 5 tax competition at University of Indonesia, and top 6 tax article competition at Tax Center via UB. Wow, what a remarkable background that our opening speaker has. And before Calista starts her presentation, I kindly order the participants to keep your camera turned on. Without further ado, for Calista, are you ready to present the material for all of us?
I'm ready.
Great, Calista, you may open the seminar and the screen is yours.
Thank you for the opportunity. So today's material is about optimizing custom system to boost revenue and facilitate tax through to financing the SDGs in developing nations. Next. Pokok bahasannya yang pertama ada pajak masalah pasal 21 mengenai pegawai tetap menerima rapel. Kedua ada pajak masalah pasal 21 mengenai pajak pegawai tetap menerima bonus. Yang ketiga ada pajak masalah pasal 21 mengenai pegawai tetap menerima tunjangan hari raya. Penghasilan tidak teratur adalah penghasilan pegawai tetap selain penghasilan yang bersifat teratur yang diterima sekali dalam 1 tahun atau periode lainnya. Contohnya bonus, tunjangan hari raya, uang rapel, jasa produksi, kantin, gratifikasi, premi, dan penghasilan lain yang sifatnya tidak teratur. Thank you.
Thank you to our opening speaker for that insightful presentation, which has set the stage perfectly for our today's topic. Let's dive into what Kalista shared and how it ties into our discussion. And from this session, we can conclude that blah, 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 blah. As a sign of appreciation, the next event will be followed by handing over certificates to our opening speaker, Kalista Virginia Carolan. The certificate will be handed over by Rania Danika Izani as our Chief Executive of the International Taxation Seminar 2025. To the committee in charge, please display Kalista's certificate via share screen. Okay, the certificate has been displayed, so I will help to count for the documentation. 1, 2, and 3. Once again, 1, 2, and 3. Once again, thank you, Kalista, for your presentation as our opening speaker. Now, with the opening speaker, which we've just heard, we hope participants will be more engaged and enthusiastic in the upcoming session. The next event is a presentation of material by our first keynote speaker coming from Indonesia. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Honorable Mr. Ozi Diva Ersya, PhD. Okay, Mr. Ozi Diva Ersya is already present with all of us. Good morning, Mr. Ozi. How are you today?
Good morning. I'm very good. How about you?
I'm also good. It is such an honor to have you here as our first keynote speaker in this International Taxation Seminar 2025. And to begin, I would like to take a moment to introduce you to the audience by presenting a summary of your CV. All right, Mr. Ozi Diva Ersya, PhD. He is a head of Free Trade Agreement Affairs, Section 4, Directorate of International Affairs. Dr. Ozi Diva Ersya is a seasoned expert in international economic law and customs administration. He earned his PhD from the University of Nottingham, focusing on the WTO Trade Facilitation Agreement, or TFA, in Indonesia. His academic journey includes an LLM in International Business Law from VU Amsterdam, a bachelor's in economics from Mercu Buana University, and a diploma in customs and excise from STAN Jakarta. Professionally, he has held key roles in compliance, policy, and operational oversight within the Directorate General of Customs and Excise, culminating in his current leadership in Free Trade Agreement Affairs. And facilitate trade for sustainable development. So before we get to Mr. Ozi's presentation, attendees that later on want to ask questions about the material that presented by Mr. Ozi, you can use the raise hand feature in your Zoom meeting or submit the question via the web Slido. You can access the link in the Zoom meeting chat column, and please make sure to rename your Slido account. Later on, the selected question will be directly answered by the speaker during the Q&A session, and if there are any participants that would like to ask the question using Bahasa Indonesia, that would be so fine, because the committee in charge will help the translation to the speaker. So before we proceed to the next speaker, I kindly request that all participants keep your cameras turned on and your microphones turned off during the presentation. Thank you for your cooperation. So, Mr. Ozzy, all the participants, including me, are already eager to hear your to hear your presentation. Are you ready to deliver the material, Mr. Ozzy?
Yes, I'm ready.
Great, Mr. Ozzy, you may start your presentation and the screen is yours.
Okay. Designing effective customs policies to enhance revenue and facilitate trade for sustainable development. Next. Next. Di mana indikator materi dalam pembahasan ini ada pertama ada definisi, struktur, dan komposisi APBD. Ada juga proses penyusunan APBD. Di materi kedua itu ada perubahan dan pergeseran anggaran dan juga dinamika politik anggaran daerah. Boleh di next? APBD itu sendiri merupakan rencana keuangan yang tahunan daerah yang disusun pemerintah daerah bersama DPRD dan ditetapkan dengan peraturan daerah sehingga berfungsi sebagai instrumen hukum sekaligus alat kebijakan fiskal untuk mengatur pendapatan, belanja, dan juga pembiayaan guna mewujudkan pembangunan serta pelayanan publik secara efektif, transparan, dan juga akuntabel. Di mana fungsi APBD ini sendiri itu ada 4. Yang pertama perencanaan yang merupakan pedoman pelaksanaan program atau kegiatan pemerintah daerah. Ada pengendalian, dasar pengawasan terhadap penggunaan keuangan daerah. Ada distribusi yang termasuk pemerataan alokasi sumber daya bagi manusia. Dan yang terakhir ada stabilisasi, menjaga stabilitas perekonomian daerah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Ozzy, for the presentation of the material. Next is the question and answer session. And previously, we have informed the audience about the technical in the question and answer sessions. If any participants wish to ask a question directly to the speaker, please feel free to activate your raise hand in the Zoom meeting, and this will allow the committee to spotlight you accordingly. So I open to the questioner to ask the question to our first keynote speaker. Okay, it appears that there are no participants wishing to ask questions directly at this moment. And it seems our Slido has already been inundated with numerous questions. Now, please let me read out the question from participants that have entered through our web Slido. So, first question coming from Anonymous. What radical reforms would be necessary to address these systematic problems? To Mr. Ozzy, do you want to keep the question first or answer it straight away? And are the question is clear enough?
I want to answer the question directly.
All right, Mr. Ozzy, you may answer the question directly.
So the answer is blah, 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 blah. And you must go blah, blah, blah. Yes, that's all for me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ozzy, for sharing your perspective about the question. So to the anonymous, is there any feedback or are you satisfied with the answer that has been present from Mr. Ozzy? Okay, to the questioner, you may use your raise hand feature so the committee can spotlight you if you are already enough from the answer that has been delivered from Mr. Ozzy. Okay, unfortunately, the questioner isn't in the Zoom meeting, but the answer that has been given by Mr. Ozzy has explained enough about the blah, 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 blah. Okay, is there any question that you want to ask to Mr. Ozzy? You may use your raise hand feature or deliver the question from the web Slido. We will wait a while for the question that coming up from the audience. Okay, it seems like that's the last question to close this morning Q&A session with our first keynote speaker, Mr. Ozi Diva Ersyad. Now let me summarize the material that has been delivered by our guest speaker, Mr. Ozi. From this session, we can conclude that blah, 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 blah. That closes our session, and we extend our deepest gratitude to Mr. Ozi Diva Ersyad for the insightful presentation and for addressing our questions. Your contributions have been both informative and invaluable. And thank you once again, Mr. Ozi. Okay, the next event will be followed by a presentation of material by our second keynote speaker. Coming from Indonesia, please welcome our second keynote speaker, the Honorable Mrs. Ulil Elma Khairunisa, SMA, CA, ASEAN CP. Well, Mrs. Elma is already present with all of us. Good morning, Mrs. Elma. How are you?
Morning, I'm good.
Okay, firstly, thank you very much for honoring us with your presence today. Now, before we enter the second material presentation session by Mrs. Elma, allow me to introduce our second keynote speaker to the audience through the reading of Mrs. Elma's CV. Mrs. Elma is an assistant manager tax consultant at MUC Consulting Surabaya. She holds a bachelor's degree and master of accounting from Universitas Airlangga, one of Indonesia's leading universities. Professionally, she brings a wealth of experiences to the table. Since 2018, she has been serving as an assistant manager tax consultant at MUC Consulting, where they specialize in handling complex tax matters for various corporate clients. In addition, she actively shares their expertise through educations, and since 2024, she has been a tutor in accounting and tax at ELC, and since 2025, she is a brevet A and B tutor at the Indonesian Institute of Accountants, or IAE. In terms of certifications, Mrs. Elma is a Chartered Accountant, or CA, and Registered Accountant, or RMA, both awarded by the Indonesia Institute of Accountants. She's also an ASEAN Chartered Professional Accountant, or ASEAN CPA, recognized by the Asian Federation of Accountants, and a registered tax consultant with the Directorate General of Taxes. With strong expertise in tax litigations, corporate taxation, and tax accounting, Mrs. Elma brings not only technical knowledge, but also practical insights that are highly valuable in today's dynamic tax landscape. On this occasion, Mrs. Elma will present material on the role of public-private sector collaboration to improve trade efficiency and business compatible custom systems. Before we get to Mrs. Elma presentation, attendees that later on want to ask questions about the material that presented by Mrs. Elma, you may use the raise hand feature on submit the question via the web Slido, and the link is in the Zoom meeting chat column. And please make sure to rename your Slido account. Later, the selected question will be directly answered by the speaker during the Q&A session. And if there is any participants that would like to ask the question using Bahasa Indonesia, that would be fine because the committee in charge will help with the translation to our speaker. And before we move into the next speaker, to all the meeting participants, please keep your cameras turned on and microphones turned off during the material sessions. All right, without any longer, for Mrs. Elma, are you ready to deliver the material for all of us?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Great, Mrs. Alma, you may start your presentation and the screen is yours.
So, the role and impact of public-private sector collaboration to improve trade efficiency and business competitiveness through an optimal custom system. Next. Next. Jadi, sejarah pemotongan pemungutan. Terdapat dua masa kolonial dan masa awal kemerdekaan. Yang pertama, masa kolonial itu terpengaruh dengan pemerintahan Belanda dan Jepang. Belanda di tahun 1925 itu menerapkan Corporate Tax Ordinance, yaitu pajak penghasilan badan perkebunan, penambangan, dan perdagangan. Jepang 19 perkembangan pemotongan dan pemungutan pajak di Indonesia pasca 1989 era modern. Pajak dipotong hanya untuk jenis tertentu, yaitu gaji, upah, bunga, dividen, dan royalti. Sistem bersifat elitis, belum menjangkau petani, pedagang kecil, dan pekerja mandiri. Selanjutnya, masa awal kemerdekaan, transisi, dan experience sistem MPO. Sistem ini lahir masih pakai aturan pajak kolonial. Pada tahun 1967 lahir sistem masa pemungutan MPO. Masuk MPO kolektor atau pihak tertentu ditunjuk memungut pajak. Tarif umumnya 2% dari nilai transaksi. Lalu ada skema reverse withholding, pajak dipungut dari transaksi. Nah, keberhasilan dari masa awal kemerdekaan ini yaitu memperluas basis pajak penerimaan negara. Kelemahan dari sistem ini, pengawasannya itu lemah karena banyak yang menyalahgunakan dan kurang efektif jangka pajak. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Alma, for the presentation of the material. And next, we will jump into the question and answer session. Previously, we have informed the audience about the technical in the question and answer session. So if any participants wish to ask a question directly to our speaker, please feel free to activate your raise hand feature in a Zoom meeting, and this will allow the committee to spotlight you accordingly. And again, I kindly remind all participants, please rename the Slido account, or if you already write the question, please put your name below the question. Okay, there are participants that would like to ask by the raise hand feature, so we are prioritize the raise hand feature first. So, the questioner, you may ask your question to our speaker.
Okay, thank you. My question is, there is a narrative that collaboration increase efficiency, but who actually benefit the most? Exporters, importers, government, or consumer? Thank you.
Thank you to the questioner that already asked the question. So to Mrs. Alma, do you want to keep the question first or answer it straight away?
Answer it straight away. So,
Okay.
the answer.
All right, Mrs. Alma, you may answer the question right away.
Okay, thank you. So the answer is blah 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 blah, and you must blah 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 blah. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Alma, for sharing your perspective. To the questioner, is there any feedback or are you satisfied with the answer? I ask again to the questioner, are you satisfied with the answer or you have any feedback to the speaker? Okay, thank you to the questioner. So we jump to the next question. So the second question coming from Angga. The question is, with the rise of digital trade and e-commerce, how must custom system evolve to remain relevant to development agendas? To Mrs. Elma, do you want to answer it straight away, or sorry? To Mrs. Elma, do you want to keep the question or answer it straight away?
Thank you for your question. I will answer it.
Great, Mrs. Elma, you may answer the question straight away.
The answer is blah 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 and blah 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 blah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Alma, for sharing your perspective. To Angga, is there any feedback or are you satisfied with the answer? You may give the reaction in the Zoom meeting if you are satisfied with the answer, or you may raise your hand to give a feedback again to our speaker. All right, thank you, Angga, for your feedback. So, this is the last question that coming from Rere. There is a narrative that collaboration increases in efficiency, but who actually benefits the most? Exporters, importers, governments, or consumers? To Mrs. Alma, you may answer the question straight away. To Mrs. Alma, you may answer the question that coming from Rere that I already tell from the web Slido.
Yes, I will answer it. Also, the answer is blah 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 and blah 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 blah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Alma, for sharing your perspective. To Rere, is there any feedback or are you satisfied with the answer that has been presented by Mrs. Alma? If you are satisfied, you may use the reaction in the Zoom meeting, or if you have any feedback, you may use the raise hand feature. Okay, thank you, Rere, for your reaction. So, sorry. And with that, we've reached the final question for this morning's Q&A session with our second keynote speaker, Mrs. Elma. Now, let me review the material that has been delivered by our guest speaker, Mrs. Elma. From this session, we can conclude that blah, 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 blah. And that's all from me, and we would like to thank Mrs. Elma for the material and answers that have been given. Such an informative and helpful insights. And once again, thank you very much, Mrs. Elma. As a sign of appreciation, the next event will be followed by handing over certificates to our first and second keynote speaker, Mr. Ozi Diva Ersha and Mrs. Ulil Elma Khairunisa. The certificate will be handed over by Rania Danika Izani as our Chief Executive of the International Taxation Seminar 2025. And the first one is Mr. Ozi Diva Ersha, PhD. And to the committee in charge, please display Mr. Ozi the certificate. Koneksi ya. Oh, enggak jadi. Okay, the e-certificate has been displayed, so I will Okay, the certificate that has been displayed in the Zoom meeting, I will help with the documentation process. 1, 2, and 3. Once again, 1, 2, and 3. Once again, we extend our sincere gratitude to Mr. Ozi Diva Arsya and also Mrs. Ulil Elma Khairunisa for generously dedicating their time and preparing to be our keynote speakers at the International Taxation Seminar 2025. Your contribution is greatly appreciated. Mr. Ozi and Mrs. Elma, if you have any other commitments, please do not hesitate to leave the Zoom meeting at your convenience. However, we will be honored if you could stay with us for the remainder of the event. Dear all participants, we've just had an insightful session for our amazing keynote speakers. Now let's take a moment to unwind and enjoy a song from our friend Harmony Pajak.
When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And in my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. And when the broken-hearted people living in the world agree, there will be an answer, let it be. For though the may be parted, there is still a chance that they will see. There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Yeah, there will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. And when the night is cloudy, there is still light that shines in me. Shine until tomorrow, let it be. I wake up to the sound of music, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Oh, there will be an answer. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be, yeah, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom,
a huge thank you to our Harmony Pajak for delivering such an impressive performance. All of the participants are allowed to send compliments via virtual reaction. So please send any virtual reaction to appreciate our Harmony Pajak friends. All right, dear audience, because it is already blah, 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 you are allowed to leave the Zoom meeting to have a break, and the International Taxation Seminar will continue at 12:15 p.m. Western Indonesian time. Therefore, all participants are expected to return according to the specific time. Thank you, and we will see you again.
Same bed, but it feels just a little bit bigger now. Our song on the radio, but it don't sound the same. When our friends talk about you, all it does is just tear me down. 'Cause my heart breaks a little when I hear your name. It all just sounds like ooh. Too young, too dumb to realize that I should have bought you flowers and held your hand. Should have gave you all my hours when I had the chance. Take you to every party, 'cause all you wanted to do was dance. Now my baby's dancing, but she's dancing with another man. My pride, my ego, my needs, and my selfish ways caused a good, strong woman like you to walk out my life. Now I'll never get to clean up the mess I made. Oh, and that haunts me every time I close my eyes. It all just sounds like ooh. Too young, too dumb to realize that I should have bought you flowers and held your hand. Should have gave you all my hours when I had the chance. Take you to every party, 'cause all you wanted to do was dance. Now my
Ladies and gentlemen, as our break has now come to an end, we will continue with our agenda. And before moving on to the next agenda, the committee, would like to thank again to IDSP, Tax Law Firm, and KKP Rafin Rahman for their contribution as sponsors of our event. IDSP Tax Law Firm, with its motto, where complexity meets clarity, has made a significant contribution to ensuring the smooth running of this event. Likewise, KKP Rafin Rahman has provided invaluable support, ensuring the success of this event. For the following event, there will be two of our extraordinary resources who will also present material, and the first event will be filled by a presentation of material by our first resource person. Coming from Indonesia, please welcome our first resource person, the Honorable Mr. Insinyur Agus Sudarmadi, MSc. Great, Mr. Agus is already present with all of us. Good afternoon, Mr. Agus. How are you today?
Good afternoon. We're so good today. And how about you?
I'm also good, and we are very pleased to have you here at our event. I hope you feel the same excitement to participate as the resource person in our International Taxation Seminar. Now, allow me to introduce you briefly to the audience through the reading of your CV. To the committee in charge, please display Mr. Agus' CV. Mr. Insinyur Agus Sudarmadi, MSc, completed his Diploma of Economics at the Economics Institute in 1995, followed by a Master of Science from Northwestern University in 1996. Mr. Agus Sudarmadi, MSc, as a head of the East Java 2 Regional Office of the Directorate General of Customs and Excise. He previously served He previously served as the Director of Customs and Excise Information, Head of the East Kalimantan Directorate General of Customs and Excise Office, and Head of the Import Sub-Directorate within the Technical Implementation 2022. Stars 5 and Top Leader Digital Implementation 2022 Awards, Top 10 Best Transformation Ambassadors of the Ministry of Finance in 2024, and Change Champion, Transformation Ambassador of the Ministry of Finance. So on this occasion, Mr. Agus, as the second resource person, will present a material regarding strengthening customs implementation and collaboration to maximize revenue and facilitate trade for sustainable development. Before we get Mr. Agus' presentation, attendees that later on want to ask questions about the material that presented by Mr. Agus, you can use the raise hand feature or submit the question via the web Slido. And the link is in the Zoom meeting chat column. And please make sure to rename your Slido account. Later, the selected questions will be directly answered by the speaker during the Q&A session. And if there is any participants that would like to ask the question using Bahasa Indonesia, that will be okay because the committee in charge will help with the translation to our speaker. Before moving the next speaker, to all the meeting participants, please keep your cameras active and microphones turned off during the material session. All right, without any longer, Mr. Agus, are you ready to present the material? Mr. Agus,
Yes,
are you
we're
ready
ready.
to present the material for all of us?
Yes, we're
Excellent.
ready.
You may begin
Can
your
you hear me?
presentation in 30 minutes, and the time is yours.
Okay, first of all, thank you for the opportunity. So the topic that we bring today is strengthening custom implementation and collaboration to maximize revenue and facilitate trade for sustainable development. Okay, next.
Oke, untuk pokok pembahasannya yang pertama, PPh pasal 21 untuk pegawai tetap dengan gaji bulanan pada 1 tahun pajak. Kedua, PPh pasal 21 untuk pegawai baru bekerja pada tahun berjalan. Ketiga, PPh pasal 21 untuk pegawai berhenti bekerja pada tahun berjalan. Next.
Ini terakhir di sini.
Oke.
And for the last, pegawai tetap. Pegawai tetap adalah pegawai yang menerima atau memperoleh penghasilan secara teratur, termasuk anggota Dewan Komisaris, Dewan Pengawas, serta pegawai yang bekerja berdasarkan kontrak untuk suatu jangka waktu tertentu sepanjang pegawai yang bersangkutan bekerja penuh dalam pekerjaan tersebut. Okay, that's it, and thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Agus, for the presentation of the material. Next, we will go into the next question and answer session. Previously, we have informed to the audience about the technical in the question and answer session. So if any participants wish to ask a question directly to the speaker, please feel free to activate the raise hand feature, and this will allow the committee to spotlight you accordingly. So I open to the questioner. If you want to ask a question to our speaker, you may use your raise hand feature, or you may put the question in the web Slido. Okay, there are a questioner that would like to ask a question via the raise hand feature in the Zoom meeting. You may ask the question.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. I would like to ask about many collaborative frameworks student customs and other stakeholders access. But how effective are they in practice, and what mechanisms ensure genuine collaboration rather than symbolic cooperation? Thank you for the opportunity.
Okay, thank you to the questioner for the question. To Mr. Agus, do you want to keep the question first or answer it straight away?
So we would like to answer it straight away.
All right then, Mr. Agus, you may answer the question straight away.
Okay, so thank you for the question. We would like to answer it. So the answer is blah, 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 blah. That's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Agus, for sharing your perspective on. To the questioner, is there any feedback or are you satisfied with the answer?
No, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for the question and answer. So is there any question that you would like to ask? You may use raise hand feature or put your question in the web Slido. Okay, it seems like that the last question to close the Q&A session with our second resource person, Mr. Agus Hudarmadi. Now let me review the material that has been delivered by our guest speaker. From this session, we can conclude that blah, 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 blah. And that's all from me, and we would like to thank to Mr. Agus Sudarmadi for the material and answers that have been given. It is such an informative and valuable insight. Once again, thank you very much, Mr. Agus, and also thank you to the audience for actively interacting in a Q&A session with our speaker. Okay, the next event will be followed by a presentation of material by our second resource person with Professor Jose Marcio Carvalho, PhD. We'll present a material on the nexus of customs, trade, and development. Coming from Brazil, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Honorable Professor Jose Marcio Carvalho, PhD. Okay, Prof. Jose is already here with all of us. Good morning, Prof. Jose. I hope you are having a good day. So how are you today?
Good morning, Gracia. I'm pretty good today. How are you?
I'm also good. So first and foremost, thank you very much for honoring us with your presence today. And before we enter the material session, let me introduce you briefly to the audience by reading your CV. Prof. Jose Marcio Carvalho, PhD, is the director of the Faculty of Economics, Administration, Accounting, and Public Policy Management, or VACE, at the University of Brasilia, UMB, Brazil. In terms of academic background, he earned his PhD in International Business from University of Reading, England, in 2003. A master's degree in management from the Federal University of Lavras, or UFLA, 1996, and graduated in agronomy from UFLA in 1992. His research focuses include international business with an emphasis of Brazilian agribusiness products and the institutional environment in international trade. Regarding managerial experience, Prof. Carvalho has held several leadership positions, including Director to the Business School, or VACE, at UNB, and Head of the Administration Department and Course Coordinator of the Management Program. He also possesses extensive teaching and professional experience, and since 2006, he has been a lecturer in international business and project management at the University of Brasilia. Previously, he served as a lecturer at the Federal University of Tocantins from 2003 until 2006 and at Tocantins State University in 1995 until 2003. It is such an amazing experience that our resource person has. So on this occasion, Prof. Jose will present a material on the nexus of customs, trade, and development. Before we get to Prof. Jose's presentation, attendees that later on want to ask questions about the material that presented by Prof. Jose, you can use the raise hand feature in the Zoom meeting or submit the question via the web Slido. The link is in the Zoom meeting chat column. And please make sure to rename your Slido account. Later on, the selected questions will be directly answered by our speaker during the Q&A session. And if there is any participants that would like to ask the question using Bahasa Indonesia, that will be fine because the committee in charge will help with the translation to our speaker. I order that all meeting participants keep your cameras active and microphones turned off during the material delivery session, and thank you for your cooperation. Okay, without any longer, Prof. Jose, are you ready to deliver the material?
Yes, I'm ready. Please proceed.
Great, Prof. Jose, you may present the starting 30 minutes from now on, and the time is yours.
Okay, today I'm going to explain about the nexus of customs, trade, and development. Please proceed. Oke, daftar isi definisi usaha jasa konstruksi, 2 kualifikasi usaha jasa konstruksi, 3 layanan usaha jasa konstruksi, 4 tarif dan DPP usaha jasa konstruksi, 5 pemotongan penyetoran dan pelaporan, 6 isu aktual. Next. Usaha jasa konstruksi. Negara berkembang, sektor konstruksi, COVID-19, intervensi pemerintah, diatur dalam Peraturan Pemerintah Republik Indonesia Nomor 9 Tahun 2022. Jasa konstruksi adalah layanan jasa konsultasi perencanaan pekerjaan konstruksi, layanan jasa pelaksanaan pekerjaan konstruksi, dan layanan jasa konsultasi pengawasan pekerjaan konstruksi. Pengguna jasa konstruksi, penyedia jasa atau wajib pajak, nilai kontrak, objek pajak, jasa perencanaan, pelaksanaan, dan pengawasan.
Okay, thank you very much, Prof. Joseph, for the insightful presentation of the material. Next is the question and answer session. Previously, we have informed the audience about the technical in the question and answer session. So if any participants wish to ask a question directly to the speaker, please feel free to activate your raise hand feature, or because this will allow the committee to spotlight you accordingly. And again, I kindly remind to all participants, please rename your Slido account, or if you already write the question, please put your name below the question. So is there any participants that would like to ask a question directly to our speaker? You may use your raise hand feature. Okay, it appears that there are no participants wishing to ask questions directly at this moment, but it seems our Slido has already been inundated with numerous questions. So I will read the question. The first question coming from Angga. The question is, how should international cooperation to be structured to ensure that customs and trade policies contribute equitably to development across different regions? To Prof. Jose, would you prefer to hold onto the question for now or answer it immediately?
I'm going to answer it immediately.
All right. Moving on to the next question coming from, there are no question again that coming from the participants. So is there any participants that would like to ask a question directly to our speaker, or you may use the web Slido? Okay, Prof. Jose, it seems like there are no participants that would like to ask a question at this moment, so you may answer the question straight away.
Okay, from the previous question, I think the answer might be blah, 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 blah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Prof. Jose, for sharing your perspective. To Angga, is there any feedback or are you satisfied with the answer? If you are satisfied with the answer, you may give a reaction in the Zoom meeting, or if there are any feedback, you may use your raise hand feature so the committee can spotlight you accordingly. Okay, it seems like Angga gives his reaction to Prof. Jose. So thank you, Angga, for your question, and thank you, Prof. Jose, for your answer. So I will open for the participants. If you would like to ask a question to our speaker, you may use your raise hand feature or you put your question in the web Slido. Okay, I think it seems like it is the last question to close the Q&A session with our first resource person, Prof. Jose. Now let me review the material that has been delivered by our guest speaker, Prof. Jose. From this session, we can conclude that blah, 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 blah. And that's all from me, and we would like to thank to Prof. Jose Marcio Carvalho, PhD, for the material and answers that have been given, because it is such an informative and valuable insight. Once again, thank you very much, Prof. Jose, and also thank you to the audience for actively interacting in the Q&A session with our speaker. Thank you, Prof. Jose. Okay, as a sign of appreciation, the next event will be followed by handing over certificates to our first and second resource person, Mr. Agus Sudarmadi and Prof. Jose Marcio Carvalho, PhD. The certificate will be handed over by our Chief Executive of the International Taxation Seminar 2025, Rania Danika Izani. The first one is for Mr. Agus Sudarmadi. To the committee in charge, please display Mr. Agus Sudarmadi's certificate via share screen. Okay, I will help with the documentation process. 1, 2, and 3. Once again, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and the second one is for Prof. Jose Marcio Carvalho, PhD. To the committee in charge, please display Prof. Jose Marcio Carvalho, PhD's e-certificate via share screen. Okay, I will help the documentation process. 1, 2, and 3. Last 1, 2, and 3. We would like to express our sincere thanks once again to Mr. Agus Sudarmadi and also Prof. Jose Marcio Carvalho, PhD, for generously offering their time and expertise as our speakers at our International Taxation Seminar 2025. Once again, thank you very much to Mr. Agus Sudarmadi and Prof. Jose Marcio Carvalho, PhD. If there are any other activities that you need to attend, with all due respect, you may leave the Zoom meeting, but we will be pleased if you want to extend your participation until the end of the event. Dear all participants, because all of our 5 presenters have presented such an extraordinary material, let me review a little about the material that has been discussed today. For the first material, talking about blah, 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 second material, third material, fourth material, and the last material, blah, 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 blah. So that, blah, blah, blah. This concludes the presentation session by our 5 presenters today. And I am Gracia Melvina Saragi. As the moderator, apologize if there are any mistakes in guiding the discussion. It was such an honor to conduct today's seminar, and thank you so much for participating. And for the following event, I return to the event to our Master of Ceremony, Rahma.
Okay, thank you, Gracia. Before entering the next session, I would like to express our sincere gratitude to Gracia as the moderator for guiding us throughout our seminar today. We will now proceed to the announcement of the winners of the Call for Paper competition. To the committee in charge, please begin by sharing this video announcement for the most popular video category. For the most popular video goes to congratulations to Team Tex Anjay from Brawijaya University. For the most popular video goes to congratulations to Team Tex Anjay from Brawijaya University. Congratulations for Team Tex Anjay. Moving on to the third place, this team delivered a well-structured and insightful paper, earning their place in top 3. Congratulations to congratulations to Team Hore from Pakistan, who won third place. Next, our second place winner. With strong arguments and clear analysis, this team impressed the judges. Congratulations to Congratulations to Congratulations to Team Taxation from Airlangga University, who won second place. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for the first place. This team stood out with outstanding originality and depth of research. Congratulations to Congratulations to Team Tax Adar from Brawijaya University as our first winner. Let us give a virtual round of applause by using the Zoom reaction feature. Wow, thank you for your reaction. To all winners, please turn on your camera for the e-certificate, awarding, and documentation. Okay, we're gonna start with the most popular video winner. For Team Tex Anjay from Brawijaya University, please be ready. And to the committee in charge, please display the most popular video e-certificate via share screen. I will assist the documentation process in 3, 2, 1. Thank you and congrats guys for your team. Next, for our third place winner, Tim Hore from Taxation, please be ready. And to the committee in charge, please display the third place winner certificate via share screen. I will assist the documentation process in 3, 2, 1. Thank you and congrats guys for your team. Next, for our second place winner, Team Tax Ethics from Airlangga University, who won second place. Please be ready. And to the committee in charge, please display the second place winner certificate via share screen. I will assist the documentation process in 3, 2, 1. Thank you and congrats guys for your team. Last but not least, for our first place winner, Team Tex Sadar from Brawijaya University, please be ready. And to the committee in charge, please display the first place winner certificate via share screen. I will assist the documentation process in 3, 2, 1. Thank you and congrats guys for your team. Okay, thank you. And once again, I would like to say congratulations to all of you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the end of the International Taxation Seminar 2025. On behalf of the organizing committee, I would like to thank all speakers, participants, and also we would like to thank IDSP Tax Law Firm for its contribution as a sponsor of our event. IDSP Tax Law Firm, with its motto, where complexity meets clarity, has made a significant contribution to ensuring the smooth running of this event. Once again, thank you for your contribution and presence. I am Ramadhani Nurmitra Wijanarka, your Master of Ceremony, and it has been an honor to get through today's agenda. Please accept my sincere apologies for any shortcomings throughout this event. We hope to see you again at the next International Taxation Seminar. Until then, stay safe and healthy. Good afternoon and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wants me, I'm okay. I'm okay. 'Cause who are you to judge me like taxing you.